the Grafton Country Music Festival.
This is amazing. This is actually one of our artists, Kelly Wilkinson, does these custom burned hats. And they are so beautiful.
That is
and we've
beautiful.
Been selling out. So I called her and I'm like, bring me more. So I grabbed the last one and we'll have more in there today.
Well, I love the fact that the art gallery really encompasses all art because, you know, it took a while for, I feel like, traditional galleries to understand that we're a little bit past just the traditional paintings, and which are beautiful, but there's so many new foundation or new creations and new, you know, art styles and new things like this that you have to incorporate in the art gallery, you know?
Absolutely. It's so cool. We have these hats, we have Kaylin's earrings, we have all, like, everything's been selling out. We sold out of sculptures. We had a boater that came through.
That's incredible.
He came through and he said, you know, I have to fill 2 of my houses. So he bought 7 sculptures that day. And he said, I'm coming back through. So then we sold out all the rest of them. So we just got a new stock of all our sculptures in. So
the one thing that changed, I'm nosy over there, sorry.
The
one thing that changed everything, is this at the Grafton Art Gallery as well?
It is. This was actually my very first book.
Really?
So I wrote this book back in 2017 with a few friends of mine. Todd Stottlemyre, 3-time World Series champion. His dad played for the Yankees. He played for the Cardinals. He made a lot of money in baseball. Then he made a lot of money on Wall Street. Built a lot of businesses. So
him.
A lot of years ago, we were working on a mobile company. And we just had this conference. Kyle Wilson comes in. He was the marketing guy for Jim Rohn. He brings in Ron White, who was a 2-time memory champion. I mean, just a really cool seminar. And Kyle says, you know, I'm writing my next book. And he's like, Jackie, I want your story in the book. So we put this out, you know, and it was just an anthology of a lot of people that came together. But, you know, it's so great. You read these stories of these incredible people that have overcome so many challenges and adversity. And then you get inspired.
You do,
and, you know? So that was my very first book. I put this one out, and I just kind of, you know, I still have about 100 of them because, you know, I was really excited, so I bought a lot of books.
Well, and it's so cool to hear a little bit more just about your journey, too. And Grafton's full of so many wonderful people. And you know what? And it just goes back to, we had Dan and we had Mary Jo on yesterday. And we're going to play that to end the show today because, you know, I'll be there live in Grafton tomorrow from 1 to 3:15 to see who wins the ultimate giveaway. But we were talking about just how everyone, it's such a special thing. It's a formula that nobody else has right now, and that's everybody literally on the same page and understanding it's just community.
Yes.
Have fun and enjoy the moments and create this atmosphere, because if you're sour, this atmosphere won't get created.
Right.
And what you guys have, and that's why I was getting into this. We walk in, or Jackie walks in, she goes, hey, I want to plug the Grafton Country Music Festival tomorrow. It's just things like that where, I mean, I have so many folks on, and that's the last thing on a lot of people's mind is promoting something other than what their 15, 20 minutes is about, and I think it's just really cool.
Well, that's what I love. You know, it's incredible. I grew up in Alton, and you know, in my mind, I was moving to New York, I was moving to Chicago, you know, and it was like I had all these grand plans, and, you know, as you get older, you just really come to this place where you appreciate the community and how people support each other and lift each other up. And I'm like, man, I wouldn't change a thing. We live now in this little house in the back of the woods, and I get up and I stare at a waterfall and I paint. And then I get up and I go hang out in the gallery and get more inspired, and I go home and paint. And it's just, it's fun.
We have a lot of good stuff.
Life is fun.
Yeah, it is.
You know?
So enjoy it. I never understood that, where you can't be miserable. You know,
Right.
There's already enough that makes people miserable. Don't add to it.
Yes.
And so the art gallery is doing something really cool, and this is with the Christmas story.
Yes.
So everyone knows this. I'm a huge Christmas person. In about 2 weeks, because I give them a couple of weeks of a break, this room is going to look kind of just so much different. And it always does. But this is really cool to see someone's personal perspective on this. Now, fill me in on what the exhibit entails, what the overview is.
So what we're doing now is every 6 weeks we're going to launch a new exhibit. And so we just finished up Autumn's Palette, and then
was it well attended before
It was so great.
Good.
Oh my gosh, we'll have it on the wall for like 6 weeks, and every day we just get a whole new group of people coming in. So we've had thousands of people come in over the last 6 weeks just looking at these artists' perspective of, you know, a celebration of fall colors. And as of today, we launch A Christmas Story.
Really cool.
So we were there till very late last night getting all the stuff done. and we're still, as you come in today, the gallery has not been transformed yet into the Christmas scene that it's going to be. But every day we're adding more. But the artist's work is on the walls today. So
Really?
You come in, we have several artists that have entered to be in this competition. It is a juried show, so we'll bring in a judge from outside because I never want to be the one that picks. It's not my,
can't.
I can't.
No, you cannot do that to yourself.
It's so hard because there's all of these artists are so amazing.
Well, and you're an artist yourself, and it's really hard, I think, to switch that hat because, whenever you do it, it's hard to get out of and put yourself into that driver's seat.
It is.
Yeah,
it is. And
totally.
you see, and especially when you hear the artists talk about it, it gives you a whole new level of perspective. You see all the layers of, what inspired them and what took them to that place. And so to hear them talk about it.
You just hit on that. I think that is always, to me, and I get somewhat in trouble. The painting and the finished product's always beautiful. I really care more about why you painted it, why you did something, because there's so much more there in that meaning of, why you sat there, especially some of these beautiful paintings from way back, like I was at Buckingham Palace, you see these Rembrandts on the wall.
Oh my gosh.
And it's like, what the hell, and
that's
you're just,
amazing.
but you want to know what's going through your mind. Like, do you know that you're this renowned guy? I mean, it's amazing. You know what I'm saying? It's just amazing stuff. That's what I find fascinating.
I love it. And that's what I talk to so many people that they come in and they say, well, I'm not an artist. I just like to dabble. And I'm like, well, or I'll ask them, because they have a look in their eye when they look around and you see this appreciation for the art. And I'm like, are you an artist? And they're like, and they hesitate. And I'm like, they're an artist. I'm like, show me your phone. And they start going through their pictures. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you're an artist. And they're like, I just like to dabble. No. This is why we're doing this. We create this space that we launch these artists, and now we see them beginning. They start with us, and they start going into other galleries across St. Louis, and then they start submitting work to New York and California, and you just never know where they're going to end up.
Well, where you're at geographically is perfect too, because especially in this area, it was one of those things where I knew so many folks that had grandparents that could make these paintings and drawings, but they never entered a competition because honestly they never knew it. Not because maybe they didn't know how, but also because there wasn't really that encouragement. It was like, what the hell are you doing this for?
Right.
But when you have a group like, here locally, with Jacoby, but what you guys do in Grafton with this is really a support system of let's get you to that next level and let's showcase you in different spots too. I think the community is just rich in that right now.
And I have to share a couple stories. So there was a young lady that had come in the other day and said, I have a friend, she's 90 years young, and she has never shown her art, and she's looking at the stuff going, I got to get rid of all this stuff. And it's beautiful art that she's had in her house for decades, and she's never shown it to anybody. She would give stuff away to everybody. And so I said, let me see what she's got. So we put a lot of those pieces in our gift shop. There was one piece that actually fit the Christmas show theme, so we put her in the competition. You will see her work in this art exhibit this weekend.
This is so cool. See, and it's things like that where it's just, and it might not be, you're going and flying to New York, but to see that and have your friends come in and family and go, yeah, that's been on the wall for, 14 years, and here it is at the Grafton Art Gallery. That's a special moment that they're always going to remember. And now, what's the rule of entering this this exhibit? Because I wanted to kind of focus on the theme here because it's really open to their interpretation, correct?
It is. So essentially what we do is we put a button on our website that's just said the call for art, and artists can go in and submit. They just hit the apply now, they fill out the form, they upload their images, and then we'll go through and we'll pick all the winners that will come into the show. So not everybody gets in every show,
right?
But if usually we try to find a space for them somewhere, because we want to give everyone a shot at having at least one piece shown in our gallery.
Well, and I think that's a really good way to do it too, because even though it's a bummer when you don't get selected maybe that first time,
right?
There's always something more powerful than getting rejected, and that's getting that phone call after all that work that you do maybe to improve it or maybe to do something different.
Yeah.
And I think that's missing right now, and I think it's a great component to add. It adds prestige really to the gallery.
It does.
Yeah.
And we give a lot of coaching in the process.
For sure.
We'll have a lot of new artists that don't know, all the logistics of how to hang the art or how to do all the extra things that are required by most galleries to even get in. So with this show, we have so many artists that are taking their perspective of Christmas, and some are very abstract, and some are just focused on the colors. And so there's so many cool interpretations.
Yeah.
I even have one that came in with a beautiful macrame piece that I would have never even thought that could have been, but just the stuff that's getting submitted, it blows me away. And so to give them this space and say, okay, you come to the gallery, everything on the middle wall is part of the featured exhibit. You'll see it for the next 6 weeks. But then on the 15th, we're going to do a special show.
I want to talk about that.
Yes.
But let's do this. Let's take a quick break at 10:20 so you guys can stick around through this and thank our sponsors. At 10:20, we'll come back with more of the Grafton Art Gallery right after this in the heart of the 618. Ready for fantastic deals? Head to Village Dispensary, where every day is a celebration. Start your week with 25% off Dog Walker pre-rolls on Monday. Tuesday, enjoy 25% off Divs gummies. On Wednesday, enjoy 30% off Nevada pens. On Thursday, it's 30% off CQ sodas, margaritas, and more. Friday, enjoy 3.5 grams of Megatron by NGW and Cronuts number 4 by Paul Bunyan for $25. Visit VillageDispo.com and shop now.
Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
Looking for the best barbecue in Madison County? Head over to Carver's Barbecue in Godfrey, Illinois. From loaded barbecue nachos to mouth-watering pulled pork, brisket, ribs, and more, Carver's serves up award-winning flavors you'll love. Family-owned, Carver's is all about fresh, made in-house dishes served daily. Come visit us at 2716 Groveland in Godfrey, or give us a call at 618-467-9999. Order online, get it catered, or stop by for the best smoked meats around. Where great flavors meet family tradition, you'll find Carver's Barbecue.
Happy Halloween from RiverBender.com. Now back to our daily show.
Need you to worry for me 'cause I'm all right. I don't want you to tell me it's time to come home. I don't care what you say anymore. This is my life.
Amazing. Sorry, we're talking. Back to the show. I had the microphones off, so they're like, what the hell, CJ? The music stopped, and here you are just yammering away. The event is on November the
15th.
15th. And this is a nice, really going to be a nice night. Yeah. And really a great way to kick off just the holiday season in general.
It is. We're going to run it from 6 to 8, and we're expecting a packed gallery because we have the artists that are coming in with their friends and family. So usually we'll have like 30 to 50 people, but because I'm talking about it here, I expect all of you to join us. So it's open to the community.
Don't
Come
let
and
me
hang
down.
out. But
Bruce.
no, we'll have some. We'll have some food. We'll have not alcohol, but we'll have some drinks and snacks and things, and just a chance to come in, see the gallery, meet the artists, and kind of hear why they did what they did. And then at 7:15. The judge will be able to announce all the winners. So there's cash prizes on the table, and we'll be giving away some fun prizes.
What's the winner get? What's the cash prize?
We do $100 cash, $75,
cool.
and $50.
That's nice.
And then a couple honorable mentions, and we will do a People's Choice Award. So that'll have a surprise gift with it too. And so we need you to come in and vote for your favorite artist.
That's wonderful. And wanted to mention as well, you were talking during the break about this Veterans Day event.
Yes. So the National Memorial Military Ascent. I cannot talk about Grafton without talking about the memorial.
Oh man, it's amazing.
It's so exciting. We just got some of the pictures of what they're doing. They're they did the live scans of the statues.
Yeah. Was there someone's son that was who?
It was my son.
Was it? I had no idea. I'm not even. That was not scripted.
No, but that's. And there's another Tyler. So he was the son. Whose son was it? But then they had some Army Rangers come in, and they had some military guys come in, and it was the real deal. And they actually worked with the battalion of Army Rangers in St. Louis to bring in all the authentic equipment. And I mean, we've been working really, because we want to make sure that everything within this is authentic and really helps, just promote the history.
That's such a good point, because so many times you see cities that go, oh, we're going to put this memorial in. But it's not, it's the announcement, and then that's kind of it, and it's kind of second wind. Everybody is really firing on all cylinders with this, and it's going to become a really big deal when this thing is really launched.
It is. I'll tell you, the mayor has been working nonstop. Yeah, and he's been talking to so many groups, going all over, talking to different veteran groups, just telling the story of what it is and what it's going to be. And I haven't met anybody that's been negative about it. I mean, it has been, everyone's so excited for what's coming. And to see, we've had some of the, they're doing the bronzing now. So the radio is done. The helmet is done. You start to see these pieces come through. And it just, everything I see come every day, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's happening. We're going.
Do we have a date on this yet?
Yes. So Veterans Day, there's going to be a really big fundraiser in Clayton, and it's $250 a ticket, and this very, very limited seating. So there's only a few tickets left. So if you're interested, go today and buy a ticket.
This is a real fundraiser.
This is a very real fundraiser. There's going to be a lot of prominent people in the room that are excited to see how this is going to honor our veterans and the history of our country.
This is so cool. And honestly, I just think Grafton's really figured it out, and I just keep bragging about you guys. I mean, it's just because we always talked about, Grafton was a summer town, or but I mean, now every month there's a big event or a big weekend, and then many events around it, and it's amazing what you guys are doing.
The Chocolate Express is coming. I have to talk about the Chocolate Express.
Yeah, please
December 7th. That is going to be, you come in, it's a chocolate stroll, sip, and shop. You come down to City Hall, you get a whole bunch of chocolate, and then you go shop to shop, and we've all got chocolate trees for you.
It's amazing. Now, what else is going down at Grafton Art Gallery?
So we'll do the juried competition on the, so everyone come in from 6 to 8, and then I will be doing another call for art. For January, it's going to be Sacred Bonds, the significance between the Eagles and the Native American culture. So I've already had several people submit some beautiful art, but looking for that, we're going to kick that off in January, and then all next year. Every 6 weeks, we've got a new exhibit coming. So I'm calling on my artist friends. Check the shows out, because we need you to tell the stories.
Jackie, thanks so much for stopping by. This is
Cayuditas.
Oh, wait, we forgot one.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, so I wrote the first book, 2017. This just came out. It posted on September 26th. It went, in 24 hours, it went #1. It was a bestseller in 54 categories.
Good for you. That's wonderful.
Thank you. #1 in United States, Canada, and Brazil. So we had 32 authors. It's for sale right now in the gallery. Come and buy a copy. I will sign it, and it's continuing to sell out.
That's
so come on down.
What's the premise?
The premise is just women, beautiful Hispanic women. They were growing up hearing the phrase, Calladita, tu ves más bonita, meaning you're prettier when you're quiet. And we're finding out that's the case. So we are shouting, we are telling our stories.
Good for you. That's
amazing. Come and read it. You will be so inspired. It is so incredible. It's going to be a lot of the authors on hand tomorrow to do the book signing at the Dia de los Muertos event on the Missouri History Museum. And
see, I told you I had a good show today. It all came full circle.
Yes, and then you can also buy it on my website, JackieDuty.com, where you can also get my photography and merchandising and puzzles and all kinds of T-shirts and fun things. So check it out.
There you go, Jackie. This was fun as always.
Thank you.
We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll replay the I'm done live today. I mean, we got a soccer game at 5 o'clock, so I love you guys. Try your best to stay out of jail. But also, we're going to be playing, before we wrap up, the conversation with Dan and Mary Jo yesterday with the Grafton Country Music Festival, because we're going to have a lot of fun, and somebody tomorrow at the end of our broadcast is going to be $3,000 richer in Grafton merchandise, swag, and memorabilia. So you stay there. I'll stay technically here, and we'll be right back.